This is the Week 5 matchup of the Dallas Cowboys at Pittsburgh Steelers. Brought to you by Fantasy Football Time. Follow us at Fantasy FB Time on all social media platforms. Welcome to Week 5, Cowboys and Steelers fans. I'm sure Cowboys, you had higher expectations than this. Steelers, looking pretty good, all things considered. It's not pretty football, but it's winning football. Cowboys eked out a win against the Giants. Dak Prescott had 19 fantasy points, 221 yards, and 2 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb had 16 forecasted, earning 20, getting almost 100 yards and a score. Rico Dowdle stepping in as number 1 running back, getting double-digit fantasy points with a 1-yard score and 46 on the ground. I said 1-yard score. I meant 1 touchdown catch for 15. Thank you. Jake Ferguson matches his fantasy forecast. Brandin Cooks no-shows with only 1 catch on the day. Pittsburgh Steelers losing at Indianapolis. That was definitely winnable. Fields does have himself a day. 33 fantasy points, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 in the air, 2 on the ground. Did have a lost fumble. Najee Harris, only 9 fantasy points, 19 on the ground, but 3 catches for 54 yards. We'll take that any day. George Pickens, 13 fantasy points with 113 on the ground. Did not get a score to salvage the day, but did manage another fumble, which also hurt his numbers in total. Pat Freiermuth comes alive. Double digits for him with a touchdown. Looking at this week's matchup, this is a battle of potentially defenses. Cowboys haven't really had their defense locked in yet. We're waiting for that. Dak Prescott has another 19-point forecast. The Steelers have been pretty good against the pass this season. They've only allowed touchdowns to Flacco last week. CeeDee Lamb going to have his work cut out for him to find that end zone. Rico Dowdle, only 8 points. He's going against the Steelers defense. They're pretty tough. Only 86 yards a game on the ground have been allowed. Jake Ferguson, another 8-point forecast. Steelers have kept Indy to 27, but the 3 previous teams to under 10. So look at that. Dallas is going to have to contend with 11 sacks. I think that quarterback rush is really going to be the trick. They've had 4 interceptions and only 1 fumble. Pittsburgh is actually going to be the favorite at home. I don't know if they'll hit that 44-point projection for the over-under, but we'll see. Fields is going to open things up with 17 forecasted. The Cowboys defense have been subpar against quarterbacks this year. Najee Harris could be in for a nice day. He's going to be going against a defense that potentially is without Jalen Warren or Cordell Patterson. George Pickens, 11 points forecast. Everyone else, under 6. So not really any other fantasy plays outside of these 3. Cowboys defense has held the Giants to 15, 17 for Cleveland, and they did allow 28 to Baltimore and 44 to New Orleans. 8 sacks, most of those came against Cleveland, 4 picks, and 1 fumble. This is the Fantasy Football Preview. Welcome to Week 5. God bless.